What's up guys, just Messi here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about the Premier League Player of the Month for November. We've got the official nominations in now for the month, who can vote for and such, and today we're going to talk about some potential investments and what the cards could look like. But just before we get started guys, as always, if you show support on the video by leaving a like rating, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content, and in the comments below, let me know who you think should win the Player of the Month for November. There will be a link down below in the description box, so you can go ahead and cast your vote for the player you think deserves it the most out of 6 nominations. And remember, the public vote we get to decide on is only 10% of the overall outcome of the Player of the Month. The rest of it is decided by a panel of Premier League experts and current club captains. The voting will be closed at 11:59 PM BST on Monday the 5th of December, and the winner will be announced on Friday the 9th of December. So we'll find out the winner in just over a week's time and have it on FIFA Ultimate Team. So let's go through the nominations. First up, Sergio Aguero from Manchester City. In November, he played 3 games with Man City. They won 2, they drew 1, and he scored 3 goals and got 0 assists. The striker struck 3 goals, including 2 at Burnley, that turned the match around. He's a joint leading top goal scorer in the league right now. And of course, right now he's in the latest Team of the Week on FIFA Ultimate Team. Next up, we go on to nomination number 2, Diego Costa. He played 3 games in November, winning all 3 at Chelsea. He scored 2 goals and got 2 assists. Costa's 2 goals and 2 assists helped Chelsea continue their unbeaten run. After a goal against Everton, Costa broke a stubborn Middlesbrough defence with the only goal at the Riverside. His run and cross also created Chelsea's winner against Tottenham. Player number 3 is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. In November, he played 3 games with United, winning 1 and drawing 2. He scored 3 goals and got 2 assists. The description below though does say that Ibrahimovic played twice but scored on 3 occasions, so he may have played 2 games instead of 3. His 2 goals against Swansea City helped United return to winning ways. He also struck the equaliser at home to West Ham United in match week 13. Another Chelsea player to be nominated is going to be Pedro, and in November played 3 games, winning 3, scoring 2 goals and getting 2 assists. Revitalised in Antonio Conte's new formation, Pedro is one of their key creators and scorers last month, scoring twice, including the crucial goal before half-time that started the fight back against Tottenham. Player number 5 is going to be Matt Phillips from West Bromwich Albion. They played 3 games, winning 2 and drawing 1. He scored 2 goals and got 3 assists. The West Brom midfielder had a stellar month, scoring twice and setting up 3 other goals. He scored and assisted in each of the wins against Leicester City and Burnley, and provided the assist for the goal at Hull City. And the final nomination is going to be a young goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford from Sunderland. He played 3 games, winning 2, losing 1, keeping 1 clean sheet, but making 16 saves. The Sunderland goalkeeper's saves at Bournemouth were a key factor in securing the club's first Premier League win of the season, and repeated the heroics in the next match week in the home win against Hull. So out of the 6 nominations, 3 of them are absolutely huge names. We've got Ibra, Aguero, and also Diego Costa. I think personally, in my eyes, the player that should win it though is going to be Matt Phillips. He scored 2 goals, got 3 assists, and helped West Brom be undefeated in the month. And to be fair, in comparison to other teams, I think that's fantastic. But now let's move on to the console and look at some potential investments for each individual nomination. But I say every single time, the investments are at your own risk. I'm not saying go out and buy every single one of these players. In particular, I'll give you some categories to look at. But again, some of them may pay off, some of them may not. But hopefully it gives you more of an indication what to look out for. The first nomination we're going to look at is the main man right there, Sergio Aguero. And the price right now in the market, he is very expensive because he has only been out for 1 day at 1.29 million. So if he does get a Player of the Month right now, he will be more expensive than the Hazard that's just been. And one thing we've noticed with essentially every single Premier League Player of the Month is that one of the requirements is to make a team of the player's nationality. And for the Eden Hazard Player of the Month, you need to make a 84 rated Belgian team, which is very difficult to do because it required essentially every single big player, and you had to include an inform card. And for a good part of like 1.5 weeks, Benteke's inform was like 250k plus. Same goes for every single one. Apart from this week, yesterday, luckily we got inform Vossen, who's now like 30,000 coins. But before that, the Belgian team alone cost like 400k. So if Aguero was to get Player of the Month, I'm pretty certain you probably have to have a very high rated Argentina team, probably possibly like 85 rated plus with some inform cards. So in my club right now, I've got some investors I've had for a while. So we've got Perotti, who I packed yesterday. That could be quite useful. Also got Lopez, Lissandro Lopez, and a right back. But all these players could rise in price potentially if an Argentinian inform is required. But other than informed players, I've not really got too many high-rated ones which would kind of go into the category. So players like Eva Banega, let's go into concepts right now. So Argentina and the highest rated players. Of course, your Messis, Higuains, they won't be very useful. But players like very cheap ones, I think Pastore may be a good shout. Nicolas Gaitan, Mascherano, like 5,000 coins. But I am going to say it quite a bit in this video. Players like this, I'm saying Pastore in particular, Banega, I'm not saying go out and buy every single one because you probably will lose coins if Aguero does not get it. But personally, I will be getting them. We're probably also looking at a Premier League team with a certain rating and potentially a couple of informed cards. So if I go into Premier League My Club right now, what informs have I got? So obviously, I won't trade in the likes of Coutinho, Kante, Firmino, Mane. Them lot are staying. So I need to go out and buy some players that are informed cards from the Premier League and cheap. But I think right now, most of them are quite expensive. I really hope they make some use, though, of these November cards. And now, finally, we have got Man City's opponents from November. So first up, Middlesbrough, we've got Crystal Palace and also Burnley. And that was a curveball we had for the Eden Hazard Player of the Month, as it hadn't really happened before. So that's one to look out for potentially as a little very risk-free investments. And the price, I think, if Aguero gets one, you're probably looking upwards of 500k. Player number 2 is going to be Diego Costa from Chelsea. It's a player that, again, right now has got an informed card, and his current price is around 280 plus, 264, okay. Reasonably priced, just over 200k. And like I said with Sergio Aguero, this time a Spain team is probably necessary. So the Spanish players I've got in my club right now, that's transfer market. So in my club, what have we got? A lot of loan players. Varas, Falque, Grimaldo. We have got some high-rated ones like Fabregas. They could come in handy at some point, but I'm kind of lacking on ratings. You would probably need a Premier League team again, and one more is the November opposition for Chelsea. We've got Everton, Middlesbrough, and also Tottenham. A couple of Premier League informs, if you can get them for cheap, are probably worth investing in, because I imagine an informed Prem player may be useful at some stage along the line. And also on top of this, the player price prediction, if he gets one, in my opinion, is probably about 200k plus. The next one is going to be Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and if he gets one, I'm going to say it from the very start, he'll be so expensive. You're talking 92 rated card, and right now, I don't know if I can compare price, no. But this November card is like 350 to 400k. And he has not got an informed card so far, so kind of lucky on that front. But now, let's go on to the Sweden players. I think right now, I've got a couple of players here and there. I mean, I'm not saying go out and buy these ones, but potentially the November cards could come in some use. And I think you'd probably need the highest rated possible Sweden team, obviously minus Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I'm not sure what rating that would be, but you may even have to chuck in Zlatan because of how much it will cost. And the 3 teams that United played were Swansea, Arsenal, and also West Ham United. I think overall, Ibra, he could be in for a shout of it, but I still think personally it should be Matt Phillips. But obviously, every single player has got a shout to get it. I think out of the lot, though, I think Ibra, I'm not saying it's undeserved, but I wouldn't say it'd get it. But again, just in case some Sweden players, it could be quite a good shout to get. And now we go on to Pedro from Chelsea. I think you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I think is the same with this one, because Pedro, his requirements probably quite similar to Diego Costa. Like the overall required for the Spain team or such, or the Premier League team, would be slightly lower in my opinion for Pedro. I still think it would cost like 100k plus to get him, probably towards the end of it. The second to last nomination is going to be Matt Phillips from West Bromwich Albion. Right now, he's a silver player, but I think if he gets a Player of the Month card, he would go up to a gold player, just like I think the Swedish player he did a couple of weeks ago, the centre-back. So in regards to a Scottish team, I'm not sure the highest rated player is. In fact, if I go on to concept players right now, the highest rated Scottish player is in fact 77 rated. So I don't think they've got any gold rare players. So even if you had to do the best possible Scotland team, which I think could be on the cards potentially, most of them are non-rare goals at a discard value. So that one, it doesn't require too much investing. And the 3 teams that West Brom play this month are going to be Leicester City, Burnley, and also Hull City. So 3 teams that are probably quite cheap to get. I'm not saying go out and buy Mahrez. The players like, I don't know, Danny Drinkwater, Robert Huth, they're very cheap at the moment, so it could be worth getting a couple of them in. I think Premier League team, probably not that high rated, probably like an 82 or an 81. As, to be honest, an 80 rated Player of the Month card, it wouldn't cost much. I'd probably say like 30,000 coins or so. If it's much more than that, I'm not sure many people would do it, but potentially, this Phillips card, by the way, could be a cam. I've seen a few people say he's played in the middle. Some sites like Who Scored and such have said left wing or right wing, so take your pick. Either way, be quite a nice cheap player to get. Has he got 4-star skill moves? No. 3-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. And the final one is going to be the goalkeeper, 73 rated Sunderland goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford. And right now, like 2,000 coins in the market, 1.8k. So like Phillips before, he wouldn't be an expensive player of the month. I imagine you'd need like an 82 rated English team or something, maybe 81, potentially even lower than that. So players like, I don't know, James Milner, Walcott, who else are going past? Shawcross, Gerrard, like these types of players, they are discard value anyway. So maybe have a few in your club. But I'm not sure Pickford will get it personally. And now let's move on to the opponents from Sunderland in November. They managed to beat Bournemouth and also Hull City in consecutive games, then lost to Liverpool on the weekend after that. Overall, I mean, the players from each club, they aren't expensive anyway, but they're the 3 opponents. But there we have it, all 6 nominations on the same team. Personally, my favourites to win it are going to be the right winger there, Pedro, or Matt Phillips from West Brom. Although I think they could give it to a big name like Ibra, Aguero or Costa. I mean, I wouldn't really complain at Zlatan as he would be very good to use in game, but it would also be very, very expensive because that Hazard one, it made you realise how much SBCs can cost. But anyway guys, that's going to be the end of the video. As always, if you enjoyed it or found it all helpful, show support by leaving a like rating, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content, and in the comments below, are these 6 players who do you think deserves it the most to win Player of the Month? So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.